Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? Show Windy Great coming at you with another live. You already know, if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, y'all already know it's peace and blessings. Give y'all a little bit of time to tune in. Just wanted to chime in with the people. First things first, hope everybody's having a blessed and productive Wednesday. Hope everybody is getting through the hassle and the hustle of the day. Those on the West Coast, same thing. Definitely appreciate those who tuned in last night for the conversation. Shout outs to April Showers for popping up on the panel. You know, there was a good convo, of conversation that we need to have. Lola, going on, sis? Anita, I see you, baby. What's going on? Angel Christina, what's going on, y'all? Definitely appreciate y'all for popping in last night. Because again, those type of topics and conversations need to be had because there's so many different things plaguing the community, and instead of people trying to figure out ways to really come together, it keeps getting blown out of proportion. Um, I must be adamant about something. The one thing I feel should be prevalent and something that should be learned, especially in dire situations. Some of y'all gonna have to teach these people CPR classes, or any type of class that you know could be beneficial, especially if it's helping to deal with somebody's, well-being. Get in accordance with that. Found out some disturbing news. Found out one of my friends lost a sister because nobody could help her. She had something lodged in her throat, and nobody knew any type of technique to help her. Nobody knew the Heimlich, nothing. So basically, it was like she died just doing the simplest thing, like eating her food. And this is why I say, you know, there are things that we used to get taught, the things that they used to try to teach us. They need to start bringing that back. CPR is one of them, because I feel that's the saddest thing in the world, when you got somebody dying and you could possibly save them, but you don't know how to save them. This is why it's really it's really going to be reliant at some point, because you could be out with a situation and you not even know something like that. It's the same thing with learning how to deal with people who have seizures. You know, some of y'all have to get in tune with things in this medical nature, because you could be amongst somebody that you don't even know is an epileptic. You know, Sheed, what's going on? James, what's going on? You know, yeah, it's horrible because guess what? You figure at least some people would know something simple as a Heimlich maneuver, but nobody's teaching nobody nothing nowadays. And the ones that could be teaching, they ain't gonna want to teach somebody that's unruly. They're not gonna teach somebody that they feel they don't need to teach. Some people feel like, oh, you should know this already. No, some people never had a situation like that. That's why it's called trying to teach them something. Self care, what's going on? Let's see you, sis. You know, that's the one thing that everybody should always remember, is how and when to perform CPR, even on babies. You know, nothing worse than losing your life doing the simplest thing like enjoying your food. And I feel even more upset because nobody knew what to do. Nobody, not even the oldest person that was there, nobody knew how to do nothing. It's like we lost all the simple education and the simple maneuvers that we need as a community. Got to start teaching people CPR classes and anything else they got to deal with serious medical health situations, because you could end up being in one of those. Me, luckily, I never had to fully perform a Heimlich maneuver. My Heimlich simply came from patting somebody on their back too hard. And I didn't even know they was choking. I was sitting there like, yo, stop playing, bro. You got everybody scared. The minute I slapped him hard in his back, whatever he was chewing on or whatever he was eating that was lodged in his throat, that shit came out. You know? And right there, that felt good, even though I didn't necessarily do what I was going to do. I didn't even know he was choking. You know, if I would have seriously known he was choking, I don't think I would have been panicking, but still, it would have been a little bit more difficult the way he was choking. You know? Yeah, but the one thing to remember too, Anita, some people gotta always retrain because it might be something new added to this, you know. And it's always good to keep that mind sharp and just remember the simple basic trainings that you had because those could come into handy. But the one thing to remember too, you can't panic neither. When you panic, you making it even worse. You know, you got to take that into consideration as well. You know, you can't sit there and be scared or panic when you trying to basically save somebody. And pardon all the wind in the background. Yeah, your boy had to go grab up something for the grandmother's birthday celebration tomorrow. So I had to chime in with y'all. But last night was definitely a good talkable conversation. And I was going to add that into this last night. But once I found out the situation with my boy's sister, I was just like, damn. You know, that's why I've said you got to learn and know certain things before a certain time frame. Even if you feel like you rusty or you can't remember certain things, if you have those books to help, just retrain your brain. Sometimes you just got to reread and go through. So you know when the next time certain things happen, you good to go. You know? Yeah, they tell you that you always got to renew your CPR, but I forgot how often that is though. I don't necessarily have to worry about it because my company take care of that shit. You know, but you know, it's good to always retrain and recirculate things that you need to recirculate because it could come in handy again. You know, and I really feel bad only because it's like, damn, if somebody at least would have knew what to do in that situation, you know, she could have been saved. You know, and this is another thing that's damaging for our communities is that we're not learning and teaching these specific things to the people that need it. And that's a sad notion. You know, it's almost like if somebody got shot and you know how to, you know, apply pressure to wounds or try to do certain things, you're supposed to try to do that. You know, and not saying, oh, you got to be in the medical field or anything, but you should know some of these things in case you're in any type of situation, including with family. You know, some of it, yeah. Yo, no lie, some of it, yeah. Some of our people die because of lack of knowledge. They don't have the knowledge to know that they have something greater in life to offer. But because of, you know, but because of, you know, bad influences and just sometimes it be upbringing, you know, that causes a problem too, you know. But anybody could die from a lack of knowledge if you want to be technical. You could die from a lack of knowledge just by not knowing exactly what you're getting yourself into. You know? So like prime example, that's like somebody knowing they can't swim, but they gonna go in the water or they're gonna try to go deep in the water. What's the purpose of going in the water if you know you can't swim? And even if you gonna go but so far, you know you can't swim. Don't put yourself in a position where somebody gotta come save you or you possibly drown. You know? No, I don't understand how some people like do certain things because I don't understand if you know you can't swim that good, why would you put yourself in a dangerous position? You know, we need to start really educating each other on a lot of different things because I'm noticing that lately the things that could be avoided ain't being avoided. Why? Because it's a lack of knowledge and it's a lack of that's the sad part about it. You know, we try to see the best things possible, but some people don't want to see it. You know, I feel this is the sad thing in the world when you can't even come together and bring, you know, simple knowledge to the forefront. but it is beneficial. Yo, word, what's going on? Y'all just tuned in. Y'all already know what the like button. Quick afternoon session with y'all. Think I'm gonna do another open panel tonight. But this is one thing that needs to be taught. Not just self-defense, not just economics, but the simplest thing that can save people's lives need to be taught. CPR is definitely one of them. Because if somebody is really choking and you got knowledge on how to, possibly save them, you gotta try to save that person. And there's nothing worse than everybody sitting around somebody and nobody knows what to do at that moment. Because panic is a thing that, panic is one thing that you can't have. You can't have panic. You gotta have feelings when it comes to specific situations. Because if you panic, then that messes up your thinking process. That messes up your thinking process. You can mess up and do something that could possibly either make the situation worse, or the situation could definitely be he or she's a gone. You gotta be careful about that. CC, what's going on, sis? Chief, what's going on? Kev, see y'all all in here. When we teach those things and those basic cores, we should be all right. Because again, that could be a baby going through something like that. If you don't even know what to do, the baby is even having a seizure. Like, come on, that's another kind of situation. That's a situation that's hurtful to some because y'all all sitting there, but y'all don't know what the fuck to do. So our request is lack of knowledge and education to stop. That's another segment. Some of y'all should be wanting to learn even the smallest things, because those things do come into play at some point in life. Oh, I don't know, James. I seen that last night to a degree. I see what you're talking about. I don't know. That shit tweaking today. Gotta be. I know what you're talking about. You was trying to show somebody comment and they said error, right? I had that same thing in somebody else's chat a while back. I'm like, why I keep saying error? I don't know. This should be bugging out sometimes, though, James. Oh, that's what's up, CC. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Everything was smooth money, Now I'm outside. I'm heading back to my building. I had to go get something. Like I said, my grandmother's birthday is tomorrow. She turned the big 84. I had to go grab something for tomorrow's dinner. Even though I got to work tomorrow afternoon, I'm still going to make sure she's straight dinner while. Yeah, I don't know what's been going on lately, James. Like, I've seen that. Somebody did that in another chat too, was trying to show the thing, and they kept saying that dumb shit. It's always something on the side anyway. We gotta suffer, as always. Chief, you already know, bro. But again, we gotta start giving each other that knowledge that we need, because there's some things that we know for a fact we could possibly change the course of. There's nothing wrong with learning even the basic skills, because those basic skills do come in handy. It's just like when you going camping. If you don't know the simplest things about survival, you're going to be fucked up in the game. You can know some things, but you need to know a lot just in case. Madeline, what's going on, sis? But we got to give each other that knowledge. Because again, you can have a situation happening, you not even know somebody could be dying in front of you. And if you don't know how to take care of it, if you don't know how to assess the situation, it's going to be another casualty, which is the sad thing. Because I feel if at least one person in that area when she was choking knew what to do, she could have possibly saved, he could have possibly saved their life. It's time for us to get out of this pride and acting like we're too big to try to learn something new. We got to get out of that too, because this is another reason why it's hard to build. That fucking pride of, yeah, I don't need no information from you. Oh, you can't tell me shit. No, you got to stop that. Because I could be honest with you. When I say something like, oh, you can't tell me shit, I just be joking, because I could end up finding something new that I didn't even know was really like existent, So I'm never going to say, oh, nigga, I ain't listening to you. No, I listen to almost anything I can listen to that's information. Hey, Angela, what's going on, sis? I try to listen to anything. Hence why I never had that goal of, oh, I'm not listening to this old head. I'm not listening to this person. No, it's good to listen and take into consideration what's being said, because it can be dropping gems on you and it's bypassing you, That pride and that self-pride of you can't tell me nothing, or you can't show me nothing, or it ain't nothing you telling me I don't know. That got to stop too, because there are things you probably don't know. And it might be a youngin' that knows that shit before you. So I said, when it comes to information, we got to give each other the information and recycle it. All the information and knowledge should be passed around from generation to generation. Got to be in accordance, because again, that's like you telling somebody, yeah, I know what to do. And then when the situation occurs, you don't know what the fuck to do. That obviously means you wasn't paying attention, and that means that you wasn't serious about learning anything. Some things is not going to be easy to learn, and some things ain't going to be, it's going to be hard to try to remember, especially if you haven't been in the situation yet. So sometimes it might just slip in the back of your mind to a degree, but you're supposed to always remember you keep that shit still stored in case something like that does happen. You don't want to see another person that could have been saved, but because nobody knows nothing, this is the situations that you get. And may that woman rest in peace too, because it's sad. Nobody around the vicinity knew how to do anything. Nobody. I feel you should be taught certain things like CPR, and even if you know how to mess with defibrillators and stuff like that, anything that you can help somebody possibly, save their life, y'all need to learn those things. Prime example, you think the lifeguards, when you be at these beaches, you think the lifeguards ain't on point and they ain't keeping that thing on mind. Like, look, I know somebody probably going to overdo something. Let me keep myself focused just in case. You got to be focused, even when it comes to that, because I got to run in the water. I got to swim to you. I got to bring you back and hope to God I could perform CPR, especially if you already was in a situation where you got too much water in the lungs. Now I got to do all this extra stuff, and I got to make sure I got a strong mind, and I got to make sure I don't panic. And even though some situations, you might panic a little bit, but you got to have that strong notion to say, nah, I can't panic. Let me remember exactly what I need to remember. That's it. You're probably having a hard time hearing me again because there's so much shit going on. This is what happens in New York City, baby. Mo, what's going on, sis? But this is one thing that we got to do. Everybody, even the kids, should learn CPR, because again, that does come into play. For all you know, one day it could be a youngin' saving somebody's life. It could be a youngin' saving a grown-up life, vice versa. It could be a old kid dying, and it could be another kid that saves them. Or it could be an adult that knows what to do in that situation to save them. I know, Anita. I know. You always leaving me, sis. It's all right though, baby. But it's good to know those different, skills and techniques because they do come in handy. Just like if you were in the woods and you doing the whole camp survival thing, you gotta know how to start a fire, build a camp. You gotta learn a lot. You gotta learn a little bit of everything. You gotta learn how to set up a tent, how to, how to create as far as weapons, creating something as a weapon, especially if you know you in that type of wilderness. You gotta make sure you got all knowledge. Pocket knife on deck, all of that. Knowledge don't hurt. It don't hurt to learn simple knowledge sometimes too. That simple knowledge could be a big factor in specific situations. You know? And if we stop doing that, then we basically breaking the cycle in the process of people learning and even educating themselves. Some people feel like they too good to learn anything. Oh, I ain't gonna let no grown ass man or woman teach me anything. That grown ass man or woman probably had years of experience in this and probably want to make sure you don't mess up, especially if you get caught in a situation like that. That's the problem, and that's the problem too. Again, it's the pride. I'm not too big or too bold to say, yo, I didn't know this, but I just learned this. That don't make me less of a human. They don't make me stupid. Because there's some things we just not knowledgeable on. That's where we get to disconnect sometimes. When you give that proper knowledge, you're gonna see how far it goes. You're gonna see how far it goes because, again, you shouldn't feel a type of way because I'm giving you some education. Give me 1 second, y'all. DD, what's going on? I see you in here. You always sliding in the shadows. What's going on, sis? Yeah, nah, this is crazy. No, but it is crazy though, word. It's crazy only because, you're gonna have to, you're never too old to learn growing up. You're never too old to learn something. Even the simplest thing like CPR. You learn that shit, trust me, you can save somebody's life. Mustard, what's going on? See y'all in. But it's the truth. Don't sit here and get all out of pocket. Some things you're gonna have to learn, and some things you're gonna have to retrain your brain on. That's how you keep your mind sharp. It's just like with some people like doing the word games and stuff like that. Yeah, because that keeps their mind sharp. Even when they getting up there in age, that keeps their mind sharp. That keeps them ready and on going. That also keeps their motor speech, intact too, because you need that. Loyalty, what's going on, sis? See y'all, man. Yeah, but you gotta understand that too. Gotta have an educational. My fault, y'all, because I had to mute the mic only because somebody was playing some music, and we wasn't gonna get that. You're not gonna get me struck. So, but you gotta learn that. That's the one thing that should be self-evident. Learning something old or learning something new. You know, It never hurts. And especially like I said, you got some people who they do them little word puzzles and so on and so forth. That's a way of keeping your mind sharp, you know, and that's a well-known fact. That's the best way to keep your mind sharp. A lot of times is doing the simplest things like crosswords, you know? And it does, it does come good, And again, you always got to remember, you retraining your brain at the end of the day, so it doesn't hurt. And again, I don't care how old you are. It's good to learn CPR. It's good to learn certain techniques because again, those is lifesavers that could come in handy, especially in a dire situation. And this is what I'm saying. It you know, doesn't hurt anybody to learn anything at any age. See, that's where some people got it messed up. Some people feel because they got a certain age, I don't need to learn this. I don't need to know this. No, it's good to know these things because it could be a situation that happens somewhere down the line. And if you ain't prepared for it, or if you happen to be in that situation and you probably one of the main ones with the knowledge to help, you could probably save something. You could probably end up keeping something from going too tragic. You know, got to get that notion of pride out the way too, because pride is what stops a lot of building too. Honda mommy, what's going on, sis? And another thing I feel like should be taught, or another thing that I feel should just be self-adamant, is just economics, period. You know, learning how to get to that proverbial bag without having to go through all the unnecessary loops and hurdles. You need that. It's sad that nobody knows exactly what to do as far as you're not teaching these people nothing. You're not even teaching the kids nothing. Like, see, I remember, and I'm going back to this, back in the day, we had too much. We had all of these after school programs, we had all of these learning centers, so on and so forth. We lost a lot of that. So now think about it. Some of these kids ain't getting the proper training at home. So what are you giving them in the real world? Nothing, which is sad. You know, the kids are going to be knowledgeable and the kids are always going to ask questions because they are at that stage where they just going to be curious about a lot of shit. But you ain't going to give them the proper knowledge. That's a downfall. That's an entire downfall when you're not giving these kids the proper education. And it starts at home. It definitely does, you know, and we got to start being back on that. Once we get back to that notion of coming together, building together, and putting certain differences aside, oh, trust me, you can see a whole bunch of changes happening. See, some people feel like you can't come together. You can. It's just, it got to be understanding amongst each other. Prime example, if I said something and you might have took an offense to it, and I'm not knowing that you took offense to it, we should be able to talk it out, hash it out, and that's it. You know, the one thing to remember too, some people that help drag a situation too. Gotta eliminate that. Sometimes people just have a miscommunication on things. The only thing you gotta do is just have a simple sit down, you know. And again, certain little misunderstandings or disagreements don't necessarily mean y'all gotta stop building. If y'all coming together for the right things, should be able to stay on that note. There's nothing wrong with just really coming together and seeing the positive things happen for your community. Like last night's conversation was definitely one of those because, you know, You need more solid people. Like again, shout outs to April for popping up last night. You need more elders like that who are really speaking the truth and keeping it real. See, I respect the elders like Papa Will and a few other ones because despite whatever, they keeping it real. They ain't sugarcoating nothing, and they not saying nothing that we ain't already seeing. You know. See, I will always have a respect level for the elders because it doesn't matter how they move it. Some of them actually have something that will be useful to you at some point. And sometimes it might hit you with a gem that it might not have to hit right then and there, but at some point it'll hit. You know. And you'll be like, oh shoot, I know what he was saying now. Sometimes you'll get a clear message right there, but if your third eye ain't open, you ain't gonna understand it right then and there. Like specific sayings and stuff we see some of the older folks were saying, we used to be lost. Like, what the fuck is they talking about? But then you turn around years down the line, you're like, oh, okay, this is what they was talking about. Okay. Yeah, because if it was said to you at a young age, you ain't gonna really know it, and sometimes you just gonna be like, I ain't worried about this. This don't apply to me. Yo, Realist, what's going on, bro? Gotta do that though. Gotta get out of that notion of thinking that you too old to learn anything. You ain't never too old to learn anything. You're constantly learning until the day you close your eyes. So that's the best thing to do is try to be as knowledgeable as possible, especially when it comes to specific dynamics. You're gonna need that. I know I was late for the show as always. Your boy actually didn't get to sleep till almost 6 this morning. Don't ask why. I gotta stop running around these streets. But it's all good. I had to run around and show some love at some point. So your boy was still up. But these type of topics, gonna have to keep having because it gives a clear view and it also gives people a better understanding. Because some people feel like, oh, they just bring people up that yada yada yada. It's not always that. I see there's a new feature in the StreamYard. Okay. My bad, y'all. I see there's a new feature in the StreamYard. Said guests can stream their own destinations. Really there? Don't laugh at me, Didi. I'm looking at something while I was trying to pin this link. I ain't know there was a new feature. I still don't understand what it is, but it is what it is. Say guests can stream this to their own destinations. Oh, okay. So I see what it is. Okay. That's basically the guest on the panel. Okay, okay, okay. My bad, y'all. I'm over here really trying to figure out what the. There's always something new they added to this damn thing, man. Yeah, that's a fact. Some spots they give. Yeah, it says a new feature. Real shit that threw me off. It said guests can send this to their own destiny. I'm guessing whoever's on the panel could share the live or send it to another destination. I don't know. Don't. There's always something new you gotta learn, huh? Just you with that big body Benz, huh? No, but some of these classes, some of these classes are free, and whatever ain't free, it don't hurt to try to get yourself in accordance. You know, there's always still going to be loopholes to different things. You still going to have free educational programs with certain things. But if you're not taking that time out to really get the knowledge or even get the info, then you just, it's basically just going to sit there for nothing. This is why a lot of things is dying out now. Because nobody really wants to be involved. Nobody really wants to say, you know what, I got knowledge in this. If anybody know how to do this, or if anybody knows or wants to know how to do this, I'm for it. Yeah, like, oh yeah, shout outs to the word too for popping up last night. See, even something he said a while back made sense. You know, I definitely just gotta be in accordance. You gotta be able to say, let's teach these youth or let's teach these kids something that could possibly benefit them. It don't make sense that Lovey, what's going on, baby? It don't make sense that some people are sitting there wondering, well, damn, how did this happen? It happened because you wasn't paying attention and you wasn't using your clear knowledge. You know, like what he said was truth though. You know, about coming together and trying to. I believe he could do it. He said something, mentioned something about trying to teach the kids self defense. See, you will have one person that's teaching the physical and also the mental aspect of these, of these curriculums. Somebody else could be teaching the kids something simple like, yo, CPR, distance, that, and third, basic stuff that could basically help them. You know, once you get that going, it'll be a change in everything. But again, this is where pride comes into play because some people feel, oh, you can't teach my kid nothing. How you going to teach them something? Obviously, if I'm experienced in something, I want to see your kid. I want to see the people around, take that and learn something. It should tell you something. That's just like asking the dumbest question. How I know you really certified, and I'm sitting there with a certified thing sitting on my chest. That sounds stupid sometimes. You got some people that think like that. How this person going to teach my kid this? How this person going to teach this other person this? It can be done. Same way y'all was going to school, the teachers was teaching y'all, even when y'all was acting wild and rambunctious, it can be done. Just gotta have patience. That's it. Cole, what's going on, bro? I forgot if I gave you a wrench or not, bro, but I gotta give you one, bro. Definitely good peoples in here. Oh yeah, congratulations again, bro. Congratulations again on your monetization, my guy. Positive people coming together and growing. See, that notion of, oh, we can't build, we can't do this, it can be done. You put the simple pride and attitudes to the side and the miscommunications be to a minimum, you good. And I don't know why some people think that. I'm I'm too old. You can't teach me this. Nigga, you can teach anybody anything. You got older folks who are teaching some of these young adult shit now. Like, what are you talking about? The problem again is pride. I feel this person can't teach me this, or I'm not going to let this person teach me this. Okay. And then when you find yourself in that dire situation like we speak of, damn, I should have listened. Damn, I really should have came to my yeah, you should have, but you didn't. And now look. Now you already know, bro. Shoot, you've been rocking out here. You've been definitely rocking out here, so you good, bro. It's good to see that. A lot of people are getting their 1Ks. A lot of people are getting their watch hours. Everybody's getting everything, monetized, all of that. Any good news is good news, especially if it's around me. You know, and that's the most important thing. You know, just showing not gratitude, but just showing love. Like that's the best thing possible. Yeah, you got a bunch of those, Cole. You'd be surprised. You got a bunch of those closed-minded individuals that don't want to learn nothing or feel they don't need to learn nothing. But they fail to realize they still learning something at the end of the day. For every day that you blessed to wake up, you are learning something. For every night that you go to sleep, you done learn something during the damn day. And the cycle repeats. You can't be closed-minded and you can't be closed-hearted to situations neither. You know. When you do that, you set yourself up for failure. And then when you do decide, some cases when people do decide they finally want to take that chance, nobody gonna want to be bothered. No, I tried to give you this opportunity to do something. You didn't want to do it. Now I don't feel like doing it. What you gonna do then? You know, can't be closed minded to certain situations. You can't. Exactly, Cole. And people don't want to believe that. You're still learning a value until the day you croak. Excuse me for saying it like that, but it's the truth. You're still learning something every day. Every day there's a new lesson. Every day there's a new beginning. So it's like, how can you sit here and say that you knowledgeable on everything? If that's the case, once you knowledgeable on everything, why don't you come on the forefront and basically break down everything that need to be broken down? But you can't do it because guess what? You still haven't learned everything. Because there's always something new happening. There's always something new being brought to the forefront. So you can't say that you learned everything in the world or everything in life that you need to learn. Because that's a whole falsified lie right there. You know, another thing we got to do too is when we know we having miscommunications and we building together, you know, if we having a miscommunication, the most important thing is to assess where the miscommunication happened and then, you know, settle it from there. If I said something to you and you felt like it was something to disrespect, the best thing you can do is at least come to me and say, "Oh, listen, I feel like you said this, that, and the third, and I felt the type of way." And then me being an adult, I'll be, well, if you felt that way, I do apologize, but it wasn't nothing meant like that. After I apologize, that should be it. We should be able to move forward from there and not drag the situation. Because sometimes that's where it's hard for people to build because you're gonna have people that feel like they're in the wrong. You're gonna have people that feel like they're in the right. You're gonna have some people that just they thinking it's something more than what it is. It's just like miscommunication, you know. Yeah, shouts to Oz because she popped up yesterday for a little while on the panel. Shouts to she too yesterday morning. You know, it's the truth. If it's a miscommunication, we should be able to get past it. Now, if it's critical. All right. Now, if it's critical, you know, then we still have to sit down and work past whatever because obviously there's some disconnect there, and there's always going to be a disconnect. You know, you can't be, in my opinion, you can never be too emotional when it comes to trying to settle a situation. See, I didn't like. I'm gonna use my example. I'm gonna use my example from last month. I didn't come at everything from an emotional standpoint. I came at it from a logical standpoint. Hence why I got rid of that person. Because from an emotional standpoint, I would have allowed any and everything to happen. No, I didn't. I didn't do that. I literally just examined it and then I gave a logical reason and I did what I did. Nothing more, nothing less. See, I can never deal with stuff on an emotional level. And even if I feel it's going to get emotional, no, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, because if I'm trying to build with you, trying to build with you. If we have a miscommunication, that's just a miscommunication. We could get past that and not make it something bigger than it needs to be. You know, some things get misconstrued, even in text messages. You know how many times I had to tell my people, it's like, yo, so what you mean by, yo, bro, did you even read the, you can't read the tone of a text. And that's the thing too. There's a difference if it was said a certain way, then I can see you getting the type of way. But sometimes text, it's miscommunication. I could be saying something and it's not even no tone in it. What you meant by that? What you mean? Like, I just said what I said. That's it. Sometimes all you got to do, but then again, you can't determine the tone of a conversation as far as text messenger. You know. Now, if I said something that I know for a fact, I'm always saying in my calm demeanor, I'm not going to be sitting there explaining nothing. That's just me. And if I got to explain something more than once, then I feel that's a problem. That's why sometimes you got to be, just keep that third eye open, because not everybody's going to say or do something to make you feel a type of way. And if you feel a type of way, it needs to come out and be addressed, because that could be a future problem, especially if you quote unquote building with people, you know? Yeah, and that's the truth though, Didi, it is. Because I could be saying, probably, I'm gonna use me and you an example. I could have said something, you might have took it a certain way, but me, I'm just being me. Like, no, I only said this. Like, why would you think that? You know? Gotta stop coming to that conclusion too. We can build, we can have our little disagreements and squabbles, but if it's nothing on a grand stage, if it's nothing that serious, no need to continue to have the same old problems. This is a part of building. Yeah, family and everybody else will have their little disagreements. That's just the way life is. But if it wasn't nothing done maliciously, then it shouldn't be no problem. Everybody should be able to come together, build, and just, be cool about it. Yeah, that's the truth, though. Shoot. One time a while back, I had somebody they was misconstrued on the information I was giving them. They was like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? How you gonna just sit there? I said, did you even read from the top of it going down to the bottom? You'll see what I'm talking about. Just read the thing. Like, but you was so busy trying to skim through this shit. No, nigga, look at the whole message. You will see exactly what I'm talking about. And it was like, oh shoot, yo, later on, yo, shoot, my bad, bro. I said, yeah, yeah. But it's hard to really determine a tone in a text message, because I could have been saying something or texting something in my calmest form, and you taking it up, you taking it out the alleyway. That's why it's always good to have communication. You know. Yeah, that part right there too, Cole. They hate that. See, a person like me, and I'm gonna keep it a buck again. I'm one of those wild boys that have no filter, but it's fun. Everything is in fun. Ain't nothing ever said that's really being taken serious. And if you take it serious, then that means you don't know how to you don't know how to have fun. And again, I always felt actions speak louder than words. Yeah, words are impactful and powerful, but it's actions that really speak on a person's character. I can sit here and say something in particular. Does that mean I'm going to do it? I can sit here and I'm gonna use y'all as an example. That's like me saying, "Love you." Don't get mad at me, but I'm gonna use you as an example too. That's like me saying, "Love you." I'm coming to steal all your beads. You think I'm really gonna come steal your beads? If I gotta come and steal your beads, that means there's something wrong with me. That means I've really got a disdain for you. And you got some people that's like that. If they got a disdain for you, they would really try to make it their mission that, yeah, I'm gonna make this person life a living hell. Like, come on, man. If it ain't that serious, you don't need to get that serious. So I can't take nothing too personal on him. The only two times I had to take something personal, y'all seen what happened? Funeral services. That's it. Other than that, I don't gotta take nothing personal. Not on it. If we supposed to be coming together and building, that's what it's supposed to be. And everybody's gonna have their little miscommunications and their disagreements on things, but that don't mean we still can't come together and build. And sometimes if you know you having a whole bunch of shit, that's plaguing you, or that's even, in your heart, let it out. Some people fail to realize when you let it out, you'll feel a lot better. Can't keep holding in certain things, even if it don't got nothing to do with the people that you currently around. If you got something that's just been bothering you, it's good to let it out, especially if you are amongst good people. Hey, Angel, what's going on? Hope all is well with you. Love you. I was only joking though, but I'm just saying, I use that as an example because you got some people that, prime example. If Lovey says something to me right now and I misconstrued it, I would be like, yo, Lovey, what you meant by that? But in the same token, you're not gonna catch me sounding old. Like, I'll just be like, yo, what you meant by that? That's just me. I ain't gonna never take too much offense to it. And even still, it probably wasn't even nothing said that was offensive. You know, it's just the miscommunication. That's it. And some people gotta learn that too. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a damn joke sometimes. There's nothing wrong with just having good fun conversation and being amongst good people. You know, if you can't understand that, then I don't know what you understand. You know, this is why when I bought this platform here, I sat there and said this, and I'm still sticking to it. A whole year, 2, 3 months in, you ain't gonna catch too much coming from me, but this information and this knowledge and this trying to build. Because it ain't everything else ain't worth it. If I gotta sit here and argue with a device, knowing I ain't gonna never see that person, come on now. Nah, Lovey. Nah, that was my fault last night. Cause I literally was good in the conversation. I ain't even peep. I look at the phone, that shit died on me. I said, damn. Then the shit froze on me again like it did the other week. That's why I was late for one of my lives. I'm like, yo, I think it's time for me to get another upgrade. I think it's time for me to get another upgrade too. But don't worry, my phone is at 9,000% now today. But it goes to show you, I was also doing a little experiment because I wanted to see how long my battery life was still, you know, because I didn't have my phone on charger mostly all day yesterday. And I was surprised I still, even during the live and everything, my shit never dropped the way it should have dropped at. So definitely appreciate you for dropping links in here, Angel. You know. Yeah, that part too right there, realist. It is. You know, when you got too many different personalities and everybody's coming together, some people want to feel a type of way. But then again, you know, everybody should have an understanding too. We all come together for the same goals. So whatever might get misconstrued or whatever's a miscommunication, you know, you can work through it. Oh man. You know, but see, and it's not even just about last night, it's just in general, because I've seen it happen so many times in so many different places. You know, miscommunication on one thing, and now some people are taking it, you know, taking it to heart. You know, some people are taking it to heart, some people are taking it a certain way, and you be like, it's not even that serious, you know. But that's just I've seen this in a few spots. Not just you know, I've seen this more in a few chats. You know, and again, sometimes it just be the miscommunication. It be the like the text prime example. I might have said something, somebody felt the type of way. Bro, that was a whole joke. You know that, right? That should tell you, nigga, I'm only playing. But if you take it a certain way, it's no, you good, Angel. I know you've been going. Look, you and Platty and a few other ones, y'all been going through your thing, and you know the main thing is, you know, we want to make sure everybody's happy and healthy. You know, sometimes you're gonna have to fall back because again, your health is more important than anything. So yeah, you know, and that's the sad part about it. You know, a text could cause a whole lot of confusion and could cause a whole lot of damn grief. You know, and it shouldn't have to come to that route either. You know, we all showing each other love and respect. That's how it's supposed to be. Even if we have our little, you know, we have our little fallouts. If we could get past it, we could get past it. You know, but you're gonna have some people like say I'm one of them. You know, I'm going to sit back for a minute and observe everything until I feel like I got to shut something down, which I did already. I fell back and then once I seen what really happened, okay, time to get rid of you. Yeah, because you know, if I'm texting something and it looks like it's said a certain way, And then when you, yo, what you meant by that? If you hear my voice and it's, oh, okay, that's what you, okay, you cool. You know, that's how it needs to be sometimes. That's why, you know, some things, you know, you can't misread the text. You can, but you know, sometimes it's good to really just be like, let me make sure this is exactly what was said and how it was meant before I just go off the deep end. Like if I felt somebody said something to me, but I felt like it was something, I would just sit there and be like, all right, let me make sure what's what. Let me make sure this is what it is. After that, once I got my answer on everything, I'm good. You know, you know, that's just like one day, one of my boys said something along, and you know, it was a death in the family on his end. But the way the text message came out, I thought he was talking about something. I was like, what the fuck? Ain't nobody in my family died. What the fuck are you talking about? And I looked again. I said, oh, I know what he's talking about. Okay. I had to go over there and like, yo, bro, my bad, son. I was about to give you the riot act. What happened? But you were talking about somebody in my family, but when I looked and you said somebody in your family died, I said, see, I could have went overboard not looking at the whole message. You know, that's why it's always good to not misconstrue anything. You know, if you see that something is in laughter or banter, you know, leave it be. Shawanda, what's going on? Riders, what's going on, sis? Definitely see y'all in here. Sky Swipe, what's going on? You know, and this is the knowledge that need to be brought to. Again, any type of awareness is good awareness. And this is actually a good awareness for some people. You're gonna you're misconstrued and get things confused when it comes to texting. You know, now it's a difference if y'all was face to face and you said something in a certain tone or a certain manner and you felt the type of way, then now you can already analyze what was said and how it should be, you know, moved from accordingly. Like, okay, this person said this, kind of mad, but I'm not that upset. I could leave it be. You know? Nah, you right on that, love you too. I see you on that. You got it right, you know. But again, text message could really get misconstrued and get, you know, dragged out of proportion. But if y'all together and something was said and it was in a derogatory, or if you just felt that way, right then and there, you could settle that situation right there. Like, yo, what you meant by that? And it don't always got to be a confrontational. Like some people just like, yo, what the fuck you meant by that shit? No, it don't always got to be that. It's the delivery. Like that's why I told dude the other week. He was like, oh, son. I said, yo, bro, you serious? As calm as I am, as calm as I am. I asked you a calm question, and you got more upset than I did. So that goes to show you where your level of your mind state was at. It goes to show your level of maturity was at. Because I didn't come at you on a confrontation. Probably would have. You probably would have had a whole different energy. Yeah, but see, that's the thing, realist. And we see this almost every other time, bro. You see how some channels you go into, they always want to attack. It'll be like 4 or 5 people on one person, which I always felt was corny. I don't need to jump you for nothing. If I got an issue with you, I can have my issue with you one on one. That's it. Not no 4, 5, 6 people jumping in on the same accord. No, because how is a problem ever going to get solved if everybody is just adding whatever to the fire? And sometimes it don't even be that fucking serious. It really do be miscommunication, or sometimes it just be, you know, differences of opinions. That don't necessarily mean everybody got to add to the fire too. Yeah, I know. I know, love you. Trust me, I know that part. Some love it, some don't love it. That's why some that don't love it could come together and say, you know what? Look, this is what it is, yada yada yada, and keep it pushing. See, I'm not going to be getting into no back and forth madness with somebody. Only person I think I'm getting into back and forth madness is, and I think I found out again who the troll is. So it's not even a back and forth madness. It's just somebody obsessed in that want to be back up under my wing, baby. Word. Realists don't start that shit up again. You know, but it's just certain words that some people do take out of context because it could mean something different. You know, which I felt, you know, it could always be something different. You know, but if people know you like that, if people have been around you, then majority of the time, most of the people that do have some associations with you will know, like, yeah, all right, that's just their normal overall whatever. But then you got some people who really do be unhappy or be having something that's lingering around and they won't let it out. You got to let it out sometimes. Whatever's plaguing you, let it out. Even if it don't got nothing to do with that person, let it out. Because again, how can you move forward or even build if you want to have that type of mentality? Yeah, exactly. It's all just a process of elimination, basically, Lovey. You know how it is. You know, they always try to say, oh, you gotta thin the herd sometimes. Sometimes you do because some people just might not be resonating with you. And sometimes if a person just ain't willing to move that type of direction, then you can't have them around because they'll at some point end up sabotaging whatever you trying to work for. And some people you can't build with because again, if everybody want to be the fucking top dog and nobody want to try to be the soldiers on the field to a degree and try to help out, how the fuck can we build together? You know? Angel, what the hell you said? Feed them and then argue? Come on. Here you go with your shenanigans. There you go. You're back. You're back, baby. Oh man, we was missing that. You know. Nah, you know that, Lovey. You know we don't do that over here. That's one. This is one channel you can come to that I stood adamant to it as long as I've been on it. We ain't doing none of that. All the vibes over here is going to be what it is. If you can't respect it, you don't got to be it. I don't force people to do nothing. Most I tell y'all, what I always tell y'all, even when y'all in the chat, what I tell y'all, cut up, do what the fuck you doing. Be you. As long as we respecting each other, we good. Because again, that's the best way a lot of times to keep things in motion, letting people be them. That's like if this was an actual fucking club where everybody could come to, it would be the same damn notion. Everybody is chilling. And even if there's a slight miscommunication, we could come together to the table and bring it to the forefront and talk about it. You know? Mr. Shadow Hugger himself. What's going on, Kailani? What's going on, bro? Angel, what kind of lies you over here setting up, cowboy? What's going on? How you gonna lie on me like that? I beat you 3 times a day. I do. It ain't on YouTube, so I ain't beat you enough. Oh man. For those who just tuned in, y'all already know hit the like button. If y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I know, Angel. I know. But it's good. See, again, everybody is able to cut up, be themselves, and nobody ever feels offended. And if anytime anybody does feel offended, it's not hard to at least bring it to the channel, or bring it to me, period. For all you know, I could probably like, let me make sure this ain't what it is. But it's rare it comes to that because everybody's always in good spirits, which I like. You know? Even when we are going through our little times and are going through our little whatever, it's nothing wrong with seeing people come together and just grow. Especially if everybody's on the same positive vibe and the mind state. It's the way it should be. Shouldn't have to worry about nothing. Shouldn't have to worry about feeling alienated or nothing. And see, I got rid of somebody because of that reason. Alienating too many people in here. Even to a point where you got people thinking, I'm with you and knowing damn well I ain't with you. So you had to go. Now, see, with me, any type of those type of things I feel, they gotta go. Sorry. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about that. You know, a lot of times if we would just take that time and really see what it really is, we'll see a lot of times it don't be no major issues. Some of these beefs now ain't really nothing major. It ain't like a nigga, it ain't like some of these beefs you see now. It ain't like it's something major along the lines of this nigga violated my family or this nigga violated this and I gotta crash out. Some of these situations just be like how it would be over misreading the text or just misreading somebody for what they're saying exactly. You know, that shit needs to stop. If it ain't that damn dire, I don't think it should be a war, a cry out for war. Sorry. I just don't believe in that. You know? All right, no doubt. Oh, I forgot you traveling. No doubt, bro. Safe travels, bro. You all ready? You know? Shut. What's going on, man? You know? I don't come together and build the best possible things. You just gotta, just gotta make sure everything is in accordance. Make sure there is no lack of communication or miscommunication. And if there's something that is disturbing you, you're supposed to come out and let it out. Because how can you build amongst people or be around people if you're holding in things that shouldn't be held in? You know? Monique, he ain't gonna get it. Oh shoot. Oh man. Well, I know you about to go back in your bushes. I know. Go back in your bushes, good sir. Oh man. See, good vibes over here. Even when I'm acting the ass, we still have good vibes over here. And I want to make this adamantly clear to anybody. If anytime anybody feels the type of way about anything while we are building in this course, uh, your best bet is to let me know, even if I gotta drop the link. Don't matter. Let me know right then and there so I know how to move forward accordingly. I don't need no mix-ups and no mishaps over, basic miscommunication when everybody's just having fun, at least over here. Now I know, bro. I know you at work. Oh shoot. Every time your blessings. But it's the truth. Sometimes the only thing you gotta do is just sit down. If you feel a type of way about something, sit down and really talk and see where y'all go from there. Because 9 out of 10 it ain't that deep. And if it really ain't that deep, there's no need for it to get dragged neither. You know? You do that, you be all right. You know. One thing I can, assure that it's not gonna be too much hassles over here. And if there is any hassles, you know what I'm gonna be doing. That's why I try to keep myself on the balance. That laugh right there is a clear notion that, yeah, this is a different person. And when you mess up that good vibe, I gotta mess you up. You already know, Mo. You better stay safe on that road. Should coming to get that car, Mo. Remember that. Should coming to get his car. Oh man. No, DD, you made me blush for the first time in 18 years. Look at my face. Look at my face. That's all. Lies. But this is me. That's the one thing you're supposed to be adamant on is being yourself. That's it. Like you gonna build amongst people, you gotta be legit. You gotta be yourself. You can't come on here and try to play Bryant Gumbel and you don't have no knowledge or even no real no. I am who I am. I tell it like I tell it, and that's it. I like things the way I like things. I like to see positiveness. I like to see happiness. Like to see when you can come somewhere and everybody's just chilling. Doesn't matter what's going on. 1609, what's going on, my guy? Yeah, bro, because I try to keep it that way. There's no need to have no type of toxicness, especially when you are quote unquote building with people. And I'm always try to remain keeping that this way. I don't care if I gotta be on wartime and literally give out eulogies left and right. But they'll just go to show you I'm down to die for my shit. Like, you know. But again, if you can't come together because of a miscommunication, then that means there's something wrong on either end. Because I've been seeing some people. Now, see, I'm gonna use last night's example. Last night that was good, even though I know it went deep, but at least it came to a resolution. And it also did show something that, not everything got to be a fucking violent maneuver. I don't got to sit here and say, well, nigga, I can't get along with you, so fuck you, I'm going to kill you. I'm not going to do that shit. I'm not going to do none of the above. If we just can't get along or we just going to have different views and opinions and disagreements, then that's clear that I'm going to just, I'm going to need to move my way and you move your way. But there ain't no hard feelings, no love lost neither. You know? When we get past that notion, you'll be all right. And right now, again, at some point, all of y'all gonna have to start coming together because there are things that are being implemented that is gonna affect everybody. So why not try to show the best, the best examples? Why not try to get people in that, you know what? These people can come together and do this. We should be able to do the same thing. Even down to the simplest teachings. Again, some of y'all gonna have to learn CPR classes. Some of y'all gonna have to learn basic training on certain things because it's gonna definitely play a role at some point in life. Like I told somebody, you got people who are gonna come in the chats, whether they in here every day or not. They modded up for a reason because they was riding with somebody for the longest. And the ones that just really started riding with me as of before the new year and everything else, y'all got wrenches because y'all showed people what genuine support is supposed to be. So it's only right. You know? Letitia, what's going on? See you over here, baby. Yeah, now I know that part really. I know, but even still, if it's a situation where you felt the type of way again, you just got to come to the table and present it. We don't have to be chewing each other's heads off, going back and forth, none of that. The main thing is trying to get to that common problem. We try to get past this common problem and come up with a solution. Liz, what's going on, baby? Surprised you ain't coming here cartwheeling as always, but it's all good, baby. But this is real rap. You know, when you're genuine and you trying to see people come together as a collective, it's a good feeling. I honestly could say that this kind of gives me not even a humbling experience. I've always been humble, but it just gives me a good overall strong feeling that good changes are coming at some point. You know, and I definitely appreciate everybody that's been rocking, that's been really supporting. You know, because you got people who say they support, and then the same token, when you try to show them the support, it is never reciprocated back. You know, hence why I unsub from somebody. Somebody was in here one time, made a comment. I'll finally go on 8 channels. I'm finally getting a notification, and that shit happened last night. So I'm like, yeah. Again, some of y'all gonna have to start being mindful and making sure that your moderators or people in the chat are not blocking people to fuck out the chat, or make sure they ain't deleting comments. Because that right there will damage and destroy your channel too. When you got people being hateful, especially if they got a disdain for somebody. Like if I got people that support me, I don't expect nobody to be blocking nobody out no damn channel unless it's a fucking troll. And I feel like this, I'm gonna let it be known again. If I happen to come in your chat and a fucking a message disappears right in front of my eyes, unsub right then and there. Because I'm already gonna be able to tell you not gonna be in control of anything going on. And you might not even get any of these fucking messages that are being put in the chat. So I'll unsub from there because nobody has time for that. You know, because this was something that happened. And shout out to my boy Speak Your Cloud, because this happened on one of his panels one time too. I came in the chat supporting my boy. He was doing top 10 something. I think it was top 10 music albums or something. You know, me, I always do, yo, what up, bro? Blessings to the chat. I'm watching that shit disappear in front of me. When he was like, yo, word, I didn't even know that. He fixed that situation. You know, and sometimes you're going to have to, because you got people that you really genuinely rock with. If these people feel a type of way, they'll try to block them or block comments out the chat, which I feel is corny. You got to wrench for a good reason, not to be a fucking dickhead, not to over exceed your boundaries needed. Sorry to say it like that. Main thing the mods should be doing besides blocking people out of the chat is dropping links. You know, just making sure the environment is where it's supposed to be at. Because if the environment is a positive environment, it's supposed to stay that way. Now, if it's one of those environments where it's always going to be hostile, then it's just always going to be hostile. But it's not going to be none of that over here. Liz, you already know. But you know what it was I didn't get blocked. What it was I sat there and said, "What up, bro? Blessings to the chat." And I'm literally watching the fucking shit disappear in front of my eyes. So I'm like, it's either that person, the channel person himself, or somebody in the chat that's got a wrench and able to do, and that's corny. You know, this is another reason why sometimes you might have to do a little, you know what, let me do a little spring cleaning and make sure these people are who they are. See, the people that got wrenches, even if they not in here every day, they've been here. So, you know, and a lot of times like they do, you're gonna sit in the back because a lot of times, you know, you enjoying the show. You're enjoying the show, and a lot of times you feel like you don't want to disturb nothing, even though it's really not disturbing nothing. You know, but I gotta respect everybody's wishes. Some people just like sitting in the background. So, you know, I respect that. Nah, Carolina, you laughing. No, I'm serious. Like, I got some people that been rocking with me way before I even started this damn content. And even when they come in, you know, like they'll come in, they'll speak, they'll do whatever, but then sometimes they be back in the bushes. That's just how he was rolling back in the day. That we back in the bushes, y'all. You know? Yeah, I know, and that's the sad part about it. Like, you know, if somebody is being genuine and legit and they showing you love, how you blocking comments out of a chat? You know, you gotta make it make sense again. How you blocking something out of a chat? And these are supposed to be supporters, you know? You know, and it don't matter. It really damn. My fault. I'm trying to see if my neighbor home. See, that's the one thing I don't do neither. See, that's how you know I'm a good nigga. Package sitting in front of the damn door. Somebody could have ran off with that shit. Nope, it's up in here now. At least until the neighbor get home. You know. I know, Letitia. I know. CC, you back, baby. You know, but it's truthfulness though. Some of y'all gonna have to get in accordance with your channel, or at least the people that's rocking with you. You know, because one time I come to find out it wasn't the person himself doing it; it was really somebody that he. I was just like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. You know, and that again stunts growth because you don't know who could be possibly. You know, I done seen situations where I done seen people come on people's panels like, yo, hold up, what's going on with your channel, man? Like, I try to leave some comments, somebody blocking my shit out, this is that, and third, and that's something common that you hear sometimes all the time. Like, gotta be in accordance with the people that you rocking with. You know, you ain't doing that, then you basically like you just you're gonna allow yourself to be sabotaged, and you can't get mad when things really go left. You gotta have control as far as you gotta have a strong, stern control over your channel. You know, you can't allow people, and then that's the thing too that some people got to understand. If somebody gave you a wrench, they ain't give you a wrench because you gonna be running the show. No, they gave you a wrench because they trust you enough to do the specific things you're supposed to be doing as a moderator. I don't mean get above and beyond, especially if you got personal disdain with people that, you know, if I got an issue with you, but I don't got an issue with the content creator themselves, why the fuck are you blocking me out the chat? You know, that type of shit need to stop. Uncle L, what's going on, bro? You know, and that's the sad part. And even for those that you know you really still trying to support, you gotta let them know some way, somehow. Look, certain things going on with your channel, and you're not peeping it. I'm gonna need you to really get in accordance with that, or if not, I'm just not gonna be able to support you. Corey, what's going on, sis? You know, you're gonna have to do that. Get in accordance. See, I done been in accordance. I don't necessarily have to do no spring cleaning because I knew exactly who I trusted with these wrenches. I don't give a damn if everybody in here got a wrench. Guess what? That means those are everybody that really was rocking with your boy, and there's no personal issues nowhere. And honestly, it doesn't matter. A lot of times I do that too because I know people, even if they ain't wrenched up, you got some people that try to block people out of a chat. So I'm always in accordance with things, and I'm always making sure that the type of environment that's here is going to stay here. That's what some of y'all gotta do with your channels. Make sure that whatever you are doing, it works in accordance, and that you don't have no type of miscommunications or issues. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, exactly. You got some people who try to be dictators. See, again, I can't call myself a dictator. Yes, it's my platform, but I'm not a dictator. Yes, it's mine, and I'm supposed to run it the way I see fit. But I also got to remember too, the people that are riding and supporting, they have a say so in things too. That's how building works sometimes. Everybody gonna have a say so or stand in on something. And again, without the people, you the content creator ain't shit. Sorry to say it like that. You the content creator ain't shit, because you can have, that's just like, even if you got over 1,000 subs, but nobody's coming in your room to watch nothing. That means there's a disconnect there at some point. You got to remember to be humble. That's it. Stay humble. Keep doing what works for you, and you bring you bring the best things that people want, and you good. And just make sure you ain't got no on the low key haters, because you got some people that hate that you're growing. And I always feel like that. Those people that hate that you're growing, if you hate that somebody else is growing away in a natural way, why don't you try to grow your way naturally? Get rid of and eliminate that hate. You'll be okay. You know? Yo, Wax, what's going on, bro? I don't blame you, love you shit. You're supposed to. you know, and sometimes you're gonna have to do that, because you're gonna have people that feel like they can't be they can't be taught, nothing can't be said to them, they can't be corrected on anything. When you got people like that, you just know to move and go on about your business. It don't necessarily got to be any type of hard feelings. Just, I can't argue with ignorance. I'm not gonna do it. You know. I know. And that be the sad part about it. At the end of the day, I made it clear, and I'm still making it clear. It's just about coming together and building, and showing people that it can be done. Whatever blessings are stowed upon them, hey, it is what it is. I'm happy and blessed that I got people that are actually, you know, showing the love and respect for each other. I'm very humble, and I'm very grateful that everybody can come in here and have a good vibe, and this is a safe zone, because I don't judge nothing. I don't need to judge nothing. I can try to help you the best way possible, but it ain't gonna be no judgment over here, because ain't nobody perfect again. Yeah, but guess what? That's some people that don't want to build. You got others that are already trying to build, and they're going to continue to move the way they see fit until they start to get the building that they want to get. Sometimes you want to take that slow journey in life. You know, take that slow journey. You see a couple things along the road. That's it. Slow growth better than no growth. And I'm gonna keep stressing that. I was telling somebody, you know, they was like, "Oh, we gotta try to get you to 1,000." Everybody keep trying to say that. Whenever I get to 1,000 is whenever I get to 1,000. I'm not rushing this shit. I don't honestly care. My main thing and focus has always been just trying to get this general message out and showing people that you can come on here, any type of recordings, be yourself and build amongst good people. Yeah, I know that's that part right there too, you know. And that's the problem. That's why some of y'all got to be mindful of your channels because you might have people that don't want to see you building, or they might just want to see you stuck at a certain. And who needs that? That's just like a hater in real time trying to keep you down from trying to elevate your mind. Once you know that, it's time to get away from that person. That's it. You know, like I tell people, they always welcome to come here. And as y'all seen from, besides the one person that had to get the fuck up out of here, no real confusion has been caused in here yet. So that's the way I'm keeping it. You know, and I feel like this. If you rocking with me, you rocking with me. If you generally rocking with me, you rocking with me. But the minute I feel a type of way, oh, you gotta go. Or the minute I see that you moved a certain way, you gotta go. That's it. Again, the action to speak louder than a word. Because 1,000 times before it actually comes out what truthfulness was coming out. An action, you can't go back from an action. Once you done made that shit, that's it. You know? You know, that part right there too. Some people are for different reasons, but the main thing, don't be fraudulent. So like I've been telling people, I don't know where this journey will land at, but the main thing is I just love the fact that I've come together amongst people and everybody is having a good time. Everybody's building, everybody's in accordance with these conversations that's going on. Because again, we're gonna have to have these type of talks. Because while everybody's worried about the other shit that's going on, we have a real serious situation going on in real time that needs to be fixed. Our communities. So, you know me, I'm not going to keep y'all this long. Uh, I'm definitely probably going to do an open panel tonight. So I'll put up a time reminder for that. It'd be good for everybody to pop in on the conversation again. You know, I feel there's so many different things that could be changed. But if we ain't bringing everything to the forefront, especially on these panels, we not saying much of nothing. Because some people, again, don't read the live chat, you know, on the replay. Some people just get the genuine message or they just listening to the content created themselves. So again, when I do drop these panels, you know, it's for everybody to have a view and opinion. So the world can see that, yes, we've brought together some people who actually have common knowledge and good sense. You know? Oh shoot, Miss Eve popped up. Oh shoot, haven't seen you. What's going on, baby? Monique Snoop been waiting, but he gonna keep waiting. You know, but you know, Red Eye, what's going on? You know, good things that are gonna continue to happen. Again, we gonna definitely be back at it tonight. So that time reminder, we could get a part two from last night's live because we want to know how we break these cycles. We're gonna have to start breaking them and attacking them one way or another from different angles. But if we can't even come together to even try to fix that, how are we gonna move forward in anything? You know? And for those who might have been late to the show, you already know catch the replay. I'm about to figure out my lunch. And yes, your boy got another afternoon shift, so I got to fake get ready at some point. But I do appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Watchers that was rocking with your boy. You already know what it is. And for everybody that was in attendance, you already know love is love, and it will be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to give you fake. All I know how to do is give you real. That's what you're gonna get is real topics and real spit on it. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. We'll definitely be back in here tonight. Notification will be on. Don't worry. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.